We're going to start with an overview of the squat mechanics so you know exactly what you're aiming to do. It'd be really effective if you can do this in front of a mirror or film yourself so you can understand where you are in space. Start off with the feet shoulder width apart, feet facing forward. We always set up like this for our squatting because it relates very well to what our functional pattern is going to be. If we're going to run or for just day-to-day life and function and performance, we want to be making sure that our feet facing forward. So he's going to just put his hands out in front of him. As he squats down from the front, the thing that we're looking at is that his knees stay in line with the toes. We don't want to see those start to collapse through. So give us another rep, Jacko. So if he comes down, the knees start to come together. We want to try and keep those out over the toes, and we'll do some work on the glutes and some range of movement in the hip flexors and the adductors to start to help that a little bit as well. The other thing that we want to be mindful of is, do those toes move? We talked about starting them off facing forwards. If we start to see them screw, and that's often combined with this inward rotation of the knees, we want to try and reset each time. The reason that's happening is because the body is taking the path of least resistance. So now the job is that we're going to focus on the hip and our torso positions. We're looking to keep this spine in a neutral shape. You can see he achieves a range of movement just past 90 degrees, but we're not losing control of the back and arching through. So he's having to work really hard with that core to maintain the ribs on top of the pelvis, Jacko. So if he drops in, we don't want to see this back extend into this big banana position. It holds tight that midsection. You can see he maintains a nice position. So angle here, this line is matching the same line as we have from the shin here. So these two lines should be parallel. Forwards, we can now see that our tibia and torso ratio, tibia here and our torso here have come together. We've lost control, so this is not looking like a great squat position. Again, if we have issues here, particularly we're thinking about how much calf range of movement we have or dorsiflexion we have. So how far can we get this shin forward into a nice position at the ankle? And then if we're seeing this back arch, it's typically going to be related to the hips and some tension in our hip flexors and our quads, which are starting to pull the pelvis into an anterior tilted position.